Imagine a world transformed by the power of giving, where every act of kindness sparks another. These are the champions who dedicate their lives to change. Together, they are paying it forward. Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement. Here on the Achievement Channel.
Welcome to Champions of Change on the Achievement Channel, where we shine a light on those making a real difference in our world. Today, our spotlight is the Victor and Louis Abraham Foundation. Founded by Victor Abraham, this incredible organization is dedicated to combating drug abuse through impactful programs and awareness seminars, creating a ripple effect of positive change in communities. I'll be speaking with Victor Abraham himself about the foundation's mission to educate and empower individuals to make better choices in order to avoid substance abuse, ultimately fostering a healthier and safer society. I'm your host, Pamela Igbo, and I'm thrilled to be with you today, live from the School of Eloquence in Lagos. Let's get started. Victor, welcome to Champions of Change. I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Thank you, Pamela. I'm pleased to be here.
Fantastic. So, substance abuse struggles is a pandemic, really, in this country, amongst young people particularly. I'd like you to tell us what inspired you to create your foundation, and have you had a personal experience with this?
I will start with my personal experience. I started taking drugs at the age of 8 years.
Wow.
While I was young, my dad said I was stubborn, and I don't know how stubborn I would be that at that age they asked me to go and live with a family friend at Munshi. Right there, the son of the man, in the evening, we asked him to follow him to the backyard. He will mold the stuff, and he will burn it, and I'll be hearing the sound, brah, brah. And after he puffed, he would give me to puff.
How old was the son of the man?
About almost 20-something years then.
Oh, wow.
He was older than me, and I was 8 years old then. And when I left there, and my parents took me back, I didn't tell them, they're not aware. By the time I left the Cobos High School, around 15, 16 years, I was already experimenting with cocaine. Because my friends were taking cocaine. That was what was involved then. So I started taking cocaine, which was Italian brown. That was what we call it. A pinch then is 150 kobo. Then hemp, which is we call marijuana or Igbo in our local language here. 350 kobo, we call it wumani. So I graduated from that, from one stage to the other. Cigarette is, normal. Then alcohol, that one is free for all. We're just taking alcohol. And then while taking those drugs, my mates, we left secondary school. Some have gotten admission to University of Benin, University of this. I was just at University of Ghana taking dope. And then from there, graduated to going after prostitutes. At Empire, there's a place we call Empire those days. Short time, those days was 3 naira, 5 naira. Carried many times. So all this ugly experience ignited the passion. And some of my mates, my colleagues, died of drug addiction or substance abuse. Some died of tuberculosis. Some died on the street, in the joint, in the ghetto. So with that, I had a feeling and passion that I have to do something. So 37 years ago, I started this dream, going after the drug addicts, both in the hoods, in the jungle, in the ghetto. So that's what I've been doing over the past 7 years.
Wow, that's such a powerful testimony.
Thank you, ma'am.
To see that your life spiraled out of control, but you turned it around to start to help people.
Yeah, I will just say I want to give grace found me. I was 21 years old, 1986. When I look at my life, I said I don't think I have to continue like this. And I just came back from club. Those days we go to nightclub, Oscar nightclub, Big Apple, Club 2 and Papa. Just while others were busy improving their life, I was busy improving my life negatively, going after drug, club, and I just look at myself. I told myself, I can't continue like this. I can't continue like this. So it was third Sunday in October 1986. There's this Assemblies of God in front of Labinjo in front of a cowboy slapping job. I just took my Bible, I went there, I had the gospel, I surrendered to Christ. Since then, 1986, over 38 years ago, I surrendered. And that is the beginning point of a new journey.
Fantastic. That is amazing. So what kind of programs do you have available in your foundation for people who have drug and substance abuse issues? What do you offer them, and how do you go about reaching them?
What we do is educating them, tell them, say no to drugs and yes to life. Because it is easy to go in. We call it Satan's candy. It is easy to go in and take that Satan's candy, and it's very, very difficult to come out. So you don't go that route. You don't try it. We call it forbidden fruit. You don't try it. So what I do is, don't even try it. Don't even taste it. Your friends, they will persuade you, because just one puff of that drug, that puff, there is this feeling, this euphoria. In the joint, we call it highness. And once you take it, because the drug works with your brain, and your brain, your neuron, it releases this hormone called dopamine. And this dopamine is the seat of excitement, of fun. And once you take it, you will want to continue to take it. And the drug has some time span. It lasts maybe about 1 hour to 3 hours, depending on type of drug you take. You know, now we have all kinds. We've lost count. We have cocaine. We have loud, Canadian loud. We have Colorado. We have meth. We have ice. We have all sorts now.
Wow.
We have all sorts. We have skunk. And if you're not careful, they have different time, hourly display in your body. Some can last 5 hours. Some can last 3 hours, and you want to continue to take. So we advise you not to go into it. Don't go into that stuff. It does not worth it. Because once you go into it, that is the end.
And for you, when you were 8 years old, I'm quite curious about this. So when you started taking Indian hemp, what led you to do more and more? That feeling of Indian hemp wasn't enough anymore? You wanted to try something different?
Yeah. Once you take Indian hemp, is a moral booster. And then I graduated from Indian hemp to lining Indian hemp with cocaine. Italian brand, we call it pepperlina. You line it, or you put it inside the cigarette. We call it shotgun. You remove the leaflet in the cigarette, and you load it. We call it pepperlina, or shotgun. Or you chase it. So the more loaded the drug, the more high you go. And again, it makes you feel sexy. You feel horny. You want to. So the moment I take them, I feel horny. I go after those prostitutes. So I continue to take them every time. That's why you see us. We continue to stay in the joints or in the ghetto. We are through taking of that drug. I lost my job. I lost everything. It would take everything from you. Your performance in the school will reduce. Some homes are destroyed because of drugs. So that is why we discourage you from trying it. Don't go into it. Don't go into it, because the more you take it, from taking off the cocaine, you start taking alcohol, you take cigarette to step down, you start taking all kinds of substances. So every day new ones are coming.
You're chasing a new high.
You're taking it, yeah. And you can't get to that. The first cut is the deepest cut. You can't get to that first cut, that initial cut. So that is why you see people continue to take that dope. They continue to take it, but you cannot get to that first cut, because that is the joy, the heights. You cannot. So that's why you see them continue to take it, and as they're taking it, they are burning money. They are wasting money.
Wow, that's amazing. So we'll take a quick break now, and when we come back, we'll continue this inspiring and very educative conversation with Victor.
Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy? and need confidence? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking. Attend our 2-day practical training in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Champions of change. Paying it forward. Join us and be part of the movement.
Welcome back to Champions of Change. We've been talking to Victor today about the incredible work he does with substance abusers and how they've been trying to combat it in the communities he works with. So Victor, tell me, what are some of the typical challenges you find when you go into communities trying to educate the youths and people who have these problems?
It's okay. One, we have a finance issue. I mean, the capital. Then two, at times when they see me as an informant. When I go into the ghetto, at time I wear clean look like this, they thought I'm a policeman or a CID, and I tell them no, until I start sharing my testimony, my experience, my past life, then they accommodate me. So because they're also afraid. Most of the time the NDLA comes around to raid. They comes around to the joint, to the ghetto to raid places like Akala. They've been coming of recent because it's already getting out of hand in the societies everywhere now. You go to Juno, in Lagos Island, Agarawu, Masi, Shita, Medube, Ikeja, Ipodo. These are the areas. So, but at times the dealers, when they see us as threats, because they see those junkies or drug addicts as their customer, as their ATM, money-making machine. So once they see us coming to them, but with time, we are accepted because they observe that you don't advertise drug. They don't advertise drug anywhere. So the junkies roam around from one joint to another. So the bottom line is that with time, they continue to accept us as part of them. I tell them, I'm part of you. This is my constituency. I was an ex-drug addict like you. I started smoking at this age, at that. So they accept me and then they take me as a family, in short, because I speak their language.
Sure.
I'm on the street, I speak their language, I know everything, what they do, and I tell them, this thing will kill you. And many today are changing through our counseling, our advice, and our teaching. Many are really getting out of the drug.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But the bottom line is, at times, some of them that have relapsed, because to rehabilitate or for them to go through recovery, it's not always easy. The transformational problem is money. Because once they are changing from one lifestyle to another, it's like what we call in psychology conditioning, operant conditioning. It takes time because we want somebody to leave this habit. So they have to start eating. They have to eat a lot. They have to ask for a lot of things. And at times, we don't have the capital to take care of many of them like that. Some of them need medical assistance. Some already have sickness, tuberculosis already with them. We have to take them to the hospital. Some has infection. Some have a lot of sickness because the drug comes with sicknesses. And a lot of health issue comes with these drugs because many of them are poisons. Many are poisons. And a lot of in the joint, we have those we call testers. These testers are the guys that when the drugs come in, they are the ones that test the drug, whether it's original or not.
Wow.
And those are the ones that if the drug is fake, they are the ones that take the hit. Many of them die early.
Wow.
Most of the testers, we have those we call testers. So that's why when they carry they say this drug, Ogbana, you hear them say certain slang. Those you hear Bana, that is where those slangs come from. When they carry it, they say, oh, this is okay, this is good. Ele Bana, oh, ele mix. Those are the slangs.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
And apart from the finances, do you have any partners that help you? Because presumably once somebody comes off drugs, like you said, they need a lot of support. So are there some organizations that you work with that help with this?
Gradually, we are trying to get a sponsorship or grant from maybe some here locally in Nigeria. We have some member of the board of trustees, some are really supporting and they're paying for some of these people rehabilitation. Some of them that we rehabilitated, we have to reconcile them with their family. I gave you an example of somebody, one Nathaniel. I met him in the joint in Sulere. After we rehabilitated him those days, we took him back to Ghana. You know how much it is? About almost 8 years ago. To take somebody from Lagos to go to Benin, Cotonou, Togo, down to Aflao in Ghana. It's money. So it's personal money we spend then, because I used to work with Texaco. So most of my salary, I use it for this job. So I use it to do this charity work. But now we are coming out fully, so that we are believing that Nigerians that have the same passion will be able to support us in cash and kind. That is it, because it's not easy, sincerely speaking.
I can
It's not.
imagine.
Like yesterday, we were at Igbobi yesterday. One of the boys at the joint at Akala that I went was macheted.
Wow.
And we had to take him to Igbobi. We took him to an hospital, T&S in motion. He was rejected. We have to take him down to Igbobi to see how we can help. So these are the challenges. And at times we get there, it costs an arm and a leg. And it's not really easy. So we need support, financial support, to do the work.
Yes, and I guess, you know, what people don't really realize is that there's a lot of crime associated. Once you get into drugs, there's a strong relationship with that and crime, right?
Say that again.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
The moment you start smoking, one, if you are working, it will take that work from you. And if you cannot work again, they go stealing. They pickpocket, they rob. Most, they are liars. 98% of drug addicts, junkies, they are all liars. If it tells you good morning, check and see, open your curtain, it's afternoon. They tell lies, all kinds of lies to get money. And so some of the girls go into prostitution. They raid in the night, they steal. So that's what they're doing. There's no job in town. Where is the job, man? Those people who are, Nigerians who have gone to school are looking for a job. Are you talking about junkies? So junkies steals. They are in the market at Balogun market. If you are going, they use clean blade to cut your bag. They steal. They do all kinds of things.
Wow.
That's what they are doing. So there are a lot of evil going with drug addicts. So we need to see how to curb it. Like, we need to come out and see how to help. Killing, suicide, courtesan goes with drug addiction.
Wow.
That is it. That is what is making a lot most teens, youth, to go into drug. They want to feel like belong. So if you can't make money, you must look for how to feed that monster. It's a monster, and you must continue to feed that monster, because it continue to demand from you.
So looking into 2025, obviously we will put a lot of your information on our platform so that you can get some help. Looking into 2025, what is the vision of your foundation to create greater impact across Nigeria?
Yeah, we want to start. Our objective now is to have rehabilitation in 4 regions. But we want to start with Lagos, which is like the headquarters. I need to be certain, because we have the port here. Majority of the drugs coming from even though our borders are porous, comes in through Lagos here. We have large chunk. Apart from the grass, which we plant in Delta and Ondo, that is Indian hemp. You know, that one, we grow it here.
Right.
And the government at times, they go to destroy them on it, which is okay, we thank God for that. But the bottom line is that a lot of those drugs comes in through importation, through border. Is it Cotonou? Through our borders, they come in through our borders. And then we distribute it out from here. People comes to buy, and they move it to other states. That is it. So by God's plan, our goal is to get started from Lagos. Get a rehab, start with maybe 10, 15 people, clean them up, and then they join the
workforce.
The crusade.
That's right.
And say no to drugs and yes to life.
Right.
And that is it.
I love that. Say no to drugs and yes
Say
to
no
life.
to drug, because drug is a journey you should not embark on. You don't start it, because you can't finish it. And many people have died through this drug addiction. I can tell you, countless people. And at the same time, we have been able to bring out a lot of people. The president, the guy that introduced me to drug, he smoked for 40 years.
Wow. 40
good years. Remove 40 years from somebody's life for smoking drugs. By God's grace, in the next 5 months, I'll be 60 years. I chilled out when I was 21 years old. 1986, and you know what it is. He smoked for 40 years, and you know the evil, you know the danger. He lost everything, wife, and but today, thank God, I was able to work on him. He now works with Wellspring.
Wow.
Wellspring is one of the Redeemed Rehabilitation Center at Ogudu. It's really doing fine, doing fine. And many, like, in fact, many are really. We have one now. It stays at MFM quarters at along the Ibadan Express Road. We have one that has just relocated to Benin after 30 years of smoking. Getting back to Benin, discovered that 5 of his children, they have all died.
Wow.
While he was away taking drug.
Wow.
So drug is something we will not encourage anybody. He lost everything. After 30 years, by the time he got back home, he had children with about 5 children with about 4 different women. By the time he got back home, they've all died. And as of today, he has cancer, he has TB. He's not taking care because most of those drugs, they are poison. It affects your kidney, your liver, and your heart.
To our parents and young people about whatever you want to say on how serious this issue of drug abuse is and what parents need to look out for, because like you said something very pertinent. You said, you know, don't even try it at all. Some people, particularly young people, they think, oh, let me just try it that one time. So what would you say to the young people, and what advice would you have for parents?
To the teenagers, youths, I would like to say, don't go that route. Don't go that route. No amount of peer pressure. I was almost committing suicide when I was about 19 years after taking drug. I removed the electric bulb in the cabin and I dipped my hand in the socket, and the thing shocked me, and I shouted, and I looked, what must have led to this? It was because when you take this drug as a teenager there's part of the effect of drug is you hallucinate. What must have warranted me to go and put my hand in the distance? It was suicidal thoughts. And I thank God that I didn't die that day. I should have died. And my dreams, my vision, everything should have aborted. But today I'm happy, and I'm talking to you youths. Avoid drug. Say no to drug. Drug, there's nothing glorious in drug. It's a dream killer. It's a vision destroyer. I want to encourage you. Today, this is Victor Abraham. I'm happy I'm alive because of the goodness of God. I want you to take time, mostly the youth, avoid drug. Is it Colos? Is it Colorado? Is it Arizona? Is it India hemp? Is it ice, meth? Whatever it's called, avoid it. There is nothing good in it. And then for you parents, check your children, their friends. Let there be parental control. I felt uncared for and unloved when my father took me to go and live somewhere where I started taking drugs at the age of 8 years. So parents, you should be very, very careful. Watch your children association. Avoid them coming late. When you notice things are missing at home, check their behavior, their grooming. Because the moment they start taking drugs, they start looking dirty, unkept. Those are the symptoms and they are the red flags that you watch out for when your son, look at the academics performance, look at his health, look at his sleeping habits. Those are the things you look at. When you see your son or immediately withdraw, look at his withdrawal, not associating. These are the symptoms of drug taking. I want to warn our parents to be very, very careful. It's everywhere now. We are saying this, that Nigerians should just try to avoid drug. There's nothing positive. I just asked them in the joint, vitamin, what does this drug give to you? Can you tell me vitamin? They laugh.
Right.
There's nothing positive about drug. It's pure negative. And so, at this junction, we just want Nigerians to that avoid drug. Don't go into it. Because once you go through that route, you can't come back. It takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God.
Well, I mean, it's amazing the work that you do, Victor.
Thank you very much.
And this is a non-exhaustive conversation. We have a long way to go, but your contribution to embarking on helping people with substance abuse, we cannot underestimate it.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
And we will put all the information about Victor's Foundation and how you can get involved with volunteering on the platform. Thank you very much once again, Victor.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Victor for their dedication and commitment to combating drug abuse through the Victor and Louis Abraham Foundation. Their work is truly making a difference in the lives of individuals and communities. We hope today's conversation has inspired you as much as it has inspired us. I am Pamela Igbo. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this episode live from the School of Eloquence in Lagos. See you next time. Bye for now.